It's
I
not.
think this is the worst.
Really? The leaning chimney cones? Because there's no meat in this. Really?
Yeah. So food dye gets me. Like when stuff is not a natural color, like that ketchup that they turn purple and green, like
That's just
I
bad.
couldn't eat it. And like I know it's just ketchup and food, but I'm like, I don't like the way it looks. I'm not gonna put it in my mouth.
Yeah, it's the texture more than I haven't had a pear in forever. So
Yeah, same.
pear or what? I don't know.
Ew.
Starting off with a bang.
Starting half with a bang. And Aubrey and I are in the same room
We
tonight,
are.
which is weird.
Movie magic.
Movie magic. I'm green screen. I'm CGI. She's real.
This is a hologram
This
of
is
Ralph.
yeah.
So.
I'm all Chat GPT tonight. So yeah, because you're smoke detector, right?
Yeah, it tends to, when the battery's low, it starts chirping and it goes off like twice a minute, and it's just like "Brr, brr," and then like pause and very loud and right above my room. So I thought it would die. It usually dies down within a few hours, but it was going strong and I couldn't take a chance. So
I do want to
There we
say, please replace your batteries because it is a safety device.
I will. I won't. That one. It belongs to Wendy.
Okay.
She is not
Sure.
here today.
We're
so
covering our bases.
yes, the rest are working and well.
If I had a pitchfork, we could be American Gothic.
We could.
But yeah.
Wait, wrong way.
Yeah. I'm the spitting image of that guy. If anybody says, who's your celebrity doppelganger? The guy from the American Gothic painting is me.
That's great.
Put me in some overalls.
He's pretty famous, so
He
I
is
feel
very
like
famous.
that's kind of a win.
That's a good one. Yeah.
And that was his daughter, right? It wasn't his wife.
I have no clue.
I think maybe we can ask our guest when they come
He'll
on.
definitely
They'll
know.
know. Yeah.
Probably no. All right, let's dive into it, shall we? Yeah. So again, another big get tonight. I think, yeah, we're on a streak with getting the big the heavy hitters. Our guests tonight, they're an editor, improviser, director, teaching currently with Improv Boston, performs occasionally in The Pickle at Union Comedy, and performs even more occasionally as one half of Sad Trombone with this guy right here. We can talk about that a little bit later. Please welcome to the show, Steve Kleinedler is here.
Yay.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi, Steve.
You didn't give me enough time. I tried to look up on the internet about American Gothic, but
yeah, please
You
check
didn't just
me.
know?
no, I did not just know.
I'm surprised.
I have gaps in trivia like anyone else. Ralph, weren't you an art major?
I am, and that's why I knew that much about American Gothic, but that's where it ends because I do not know for sure what the relationship was in the painting. If you were playing bar trivia, what would be your knowledge, hub? What are you good at?
Probably geography.
Oh,
Facts, figures about that. Oh,
Okay.
God. One of the worst dates, like when I was in my early 20s, I just hooked up. I didn't go on dates, but I went on this date once. And this guy realized I knew capitals. We spent the next 30 minutes. I think he went through every country in the world because he thought he was going to get me. And he kept like throwing out the names of all these countries. And I'd be like, this, that, the other thing. It was, after 10, you think he would have given up, but no, it went on and on and on.
Did you guys still hook up after that?
I don't remember if we had done it before or after, but at some point we did, yeah.
During,
yes.
Oh, Tripoli! Ah!
At that point, could he have like asked you and not known, and you told him anything? Because like back then, like, are you certain that guy knew?
I think I could have made it up, but
it
was just ridiculous.
And things started changing very rapidly in the 90s when the Soviet Union broke up. So
that's right.
Yes,
that was a large chunk of my job for quite some time.
That's right. Do you want to share what you used to do?
In a former lifetime, I was a dictionary editor. I did that for about 30 years. And
Wow.
so,
That's so cool.
you know, as Yugoslavia and the former USSR slowly broke up over time, because it wasn't like all at once, it was in bits and pieces, especially Yugoslavia was like region by region. So every time there was a change, of course, in a wider range of dictionaries, we had to make these edits, and it went on for like over a decade. And then, you know, there's the euro, and then Pluto is a whole nother story.
Poor Pluto.
Oh,
Still not over that.
I know.
Was discovered, became a planet, and then got demoted from being a planet, and it hasn't even made one full revolution around the sun.
No, it has not.
Yeah.
It's like third of the way around so far.
He's trying.
Or
know.
right, he tries so hard.
Hang in there, Pluto. It'll be okay.
And I like your I said it before, I'll say it again. I like the tile in your kitchen.
Oh, thank you. It's funny because when I moved into this place, it hadn't been touched since the 60s. This building was built in the 60s. And I was originally going to redo the kitchen. And then the pandemic happened and I did a lot more cooking. Hey, tie-in. I did a lot more cooking, and it really changed like what I wanted out of a kitchen when I had it redone. And it's like, I actually might spend some time in here. So I did it in a way I like.
Aw.
Oh, so you picked out the tiles, you did a lot of that stuff yourself. Wonderful.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Did you put the tiles in yourself?
I most certainly did not.
I'm with Steve on that one. Yeah.
You'll see how well I can balance an olive on top of a pear.
Oh no, it's an impossible feat. No one can.
It's-
Mine was there for like a second and then just
Yeah.
tumbled.
I haven't done it yet because I
Oh.
thought
Did
I
you
would-
prepare everything, or are you waiting?
It's
learn
still-
everything.
Okay. Are you going to build it as we talk?
Oh
Sure,
my
here's my
God.
bowl of lettuce leaves.
Oh, wow. All right.
Oh,
I got
okay,
nice
face
lettuce
dance.
for this. It's
This
about the
is-
nicest thing in the thing.
It's the nicest thing I own is this lettuce.
This one.
This was the cottage cheese
Oh,
with
God.
mayonnaise and the
Yep.
green food coloring.
Why? I want to ask you and Shannon, why did they have us add mayonnaise to already like creamy cottage cheese?
I
Yeah.
suppose we'll find out when we taste it.
Is it a taste thing? Is it a texture thing? Is it like gluing the halves together thing?
It didn't do its job if that was the point of it.
I don't
So
understand.
they fell apart almost.
And you're
you
not a
know?
mayonnaise fan, Steve.
Oh, I detest mayonnaise. This is the first time I've ever bought mayonnaise.
Ugh.
I'm team mustard all the way.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Would you never have mayonnaise on anything?
I don't even like aioli, which is
Okay.
fancy mayonnaise.
True.
Aioli.
It's I don't like all the oil in it. I don't know. I'm gonna tilt the camera down so you can
Yeah.
Oh
watch
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Let's see.
preparation. All right. I've got
You're
three.
doing it.
If they stand up. Oh,
Did
God.
you hollow the middle out?
No, I bought pre-hollowed.
Oh, I did too. Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
Oh, you
that's
guys are
my
smart.
that's my
wow.
problem. It didn't tell you to hollow if you had a regular, like an actual pear you peeled. So mine just kind of
Look at them.
destroyed themselves. Ooh,
They're-
Steve, that's impressive.
That is impressive,
All right.
actually.
Here
So-
comes the olive. Oh God, this is how
Ooh.
an olive. An olive.
No, I don't understand.
I
No,
don't
none
know
of
why.
these ingredients go
Go-
together.
For
Yeah.
anything. So today, audience at home, today we're cooking. We're cooking a thing called the Double Jinx Salad. This is obviously not a salad, as you can see Steve making
not.
it right there. Although it is on a piece of lettuce. So this recipe calls for 4 peeled Bartlett pear halves, fresh or canned, 1 teaspoon mayo, 1 cup cottage cheese, green food coloring. Even though the inside of a pear is white, the outside is green. If they told you not to peel it, the green might make more sense in
Right.
because it would look like a full pear, and then you'd be like, ah. And 2 green olives to daintily put like hats on
On
the top.
Top, which makes no sense.
Oh my God, Steve, that
That
looks
looks
beautiful.
great.
See, if someone could bring that out at a restaurant, like,
And I'd be like, oh,
and
what's
I'd
this?
be like, take it back.
Compliments of the chef.
If the inside were like cream, the type of cream they put in a Boston cream donut or something, and the olive was like a bonbon,
That would be good.
Oh.
Yeah. if it were all dessert foods.
Yeah,
it would
right.
be-
As opposed to olive, mayonnaise, cottage cheese, and so I that was, it held its shape pretty well. I have to say, this is kind of like on Top Chef when they show you the close-up.
Right?
That's
It
really
looks-
impressive.
That's
Not
food
bad.
porn right there.
And it has like a little divot for the olive, which is a nice little. Ralph did a
See, I
deconstructed.
deconstructed mine, and I just did
They
like
look,
the halves laying
they
down.
look like big
Oh.
eyes.
Yeah, they look. It feels and looks like a deviled egg, but
Yep.
with pears. Yeah.
So
Yep.
can I say something about the food coloring?
Yes.
I went to the store and I couldn't find it because what I was looking for were those little plastic containers with the triangular teardrop tops.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember those?
Yes.
Yeah.
They don't use them anymore.
This was in a box.
Yeah.
You can't just buy them by themselves.
No, they're usually, you can buy the gel food coloring by themselves sometimes. You cannot buy the liquid.
But that shows you how long it's been since I bought food coloring.
I bought mine today and they didn't have green, so I had to buy a box of red, yellow, and blue. So I just put even dots of yellow
Hey,
and blue.
Everybody, this is a science show. as
Color
well.
wheel. This is a science show.
We're
This is
doing it all.
amazing.
Cheers.
Did we want to
doing this?
begin
All
while
right.
we're talking?
Oh, sure. Or one at a time. I don't know.
No, I say I mean,
Let's
go
all
at your own
just do it.
speed.
And this is not diet food too. Like you'd
No.
think reading it like, oh, a lot of
This
healthy
is
stuff.
healthy.
Now we have to do it so that the olive and the mayonnaise
Oh.
and the pear are all in one bite.
All right, I'll have it all
Okay.
in my one.
Shannon, will you count to 3 for us?
Shannon
Yep.
is gonna
Ready?
vomit.
Yeah.
1. Oh
Oh.
God. 2. Peace be with you. 3. Oh God. Oh no. Steve's gonna throw up. Steve is absolutely gonna throw up.
It's the olive that makes it
Yeah.
horrible. And I
Yeah,
like
that-
why?
The olive is not necessary.
The olive is
Oh.
too. I love olives, but the olive in this is too much.
Maybe
love
you're not
olives.
supposed to eat the olives.
It's just a garnish.
Oh, was it to garnish?
Maybe.
yeah.
But
it was just like a
why
hat.
then?
See, just the pear and this stuff is not bad, actually.
It's not bad.
I'm not a big cottage cheese fan. It's fine. It's really the olive that set it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
The olive was like overpowering, which you'd think would have been a good thing for this recipe, but it wasn't,
No.
oddly enough.
No.
If you do this at home, don't eat the olive.
eat the
Don't
olive.
worry about the olive. Don't look at the olive. Don't buy the olive. Forget about
Pear
the
is fine.
I'm
how do
eating
you
that-
screw up a pear?
Well,
I'm
pears
eating
are
mine like a
good.
sandwich because it's a real pear and it won't cut easily.
Or are you using the lettuce as like a lettuce wrap?
Oh.
Oh, I could. Let me.
And then you're gonna eat lettuce with it too.
Yeah, this is even worse.
This is
Why?
not what God intended. God's eyes have been averted from this show.
I'm just
tonight.
gonna do this so I don't get as much green cottage cheese on my hands because I forgot to get a napkin.
Well,
No,
that's
I
a
like
weird
the-
mouthfeel.
Oh yeah. No, that's what I was gonna say. I like the canned pear because it's a little mushy.
Oh no, the lettuce makes it way worse.
Mhm.
Throw it out.
What year was this cookbook from?
1978.
That tracks.
Not long enough.
Yeah, it's a kid's cookbook too, which is wild because like no kid I ever met would eat like mixed cottage cheese and mayonnaise. Like I guess this looks like a fun. It's like gross looking. Like it looks like a fun experiment for kids, but it's
Yeah.
like they
What is
wouldn't
the
eat
image
it
supposed
after.
to evoke? Like, if I had two little things, I could put eyes on it and it'd be like a
Like a-
pottery monster.
Yeah. Yeah, it does seem like very kid-like with the olive, but then like no kid would eat this. So like, and at that time, like you couldn't waste your food. Like that wasn't,
Right.
you know,
What story was this inspired by?
the Double Jinx mystery, which I
Okay.
have not reread yet, so I can't really. I can look up a synopsis on my phone, but none of them makes like this. Clearly wasn't in the book. I hope. Maybe it was.
But that's not Nancy Drew, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
This-
all of these recipes are named after either Nancy Drew books or characters in the Nancy Drew series.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Or
What did you do for Ned?
Ned's potato pancakes was our last one we did
Oh my
actually.
God.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Ned, for those who do not know or have not listened to the last episode, Ned is Nancy's boyfriend, who they always call her friend. And they're like, he takes her out on dates. Ned's her friend. It's just like, it's interesting to reread.
I assume we've talked about George. You've talked about George.
Yeah, we had Timmery on. That was our latest we released with the George's keep in shape grapefruit, in quotations, keep in shape.
You said this is 1978?
Yes, I believe so.
That's interesting because that year on network TV, they had the Hardy Boy Nancy Drew Mystery Hour.
I remember that.
With Parker Stevenson and Pamela Sue Anderson and Sean Cassidy.
Wow.
It has a fantastic theme song. I encourage you to look it up on YouTube. The opening credits were amazing.
Wow.
Oh my God. I'll look it up. I've never heard of this, but we should put it in show notes if we can find it.
Stevenson, wasn't he married to Kirstie Alley for a minute?
He was for a while.
For
He
a hot
also
second.
played the lead in a very unusual adaptation of A Separate Piece.
Yeah, he was in it was Isaac Asimov's show, right? Based on a book by him or something. Probe, right?
That was a separate thing. A Separate Piece is that book everyone read in 8th grade about the kid who falls out of a tree.
A Separate Piece.
What is that?
It was a book like it's set in a New England prep school and it's really coded because the kid is gay, but they never quite say it. And his friend is a little freaked out and jiggles this branch and this kid falls and like fractures his spine. But it's all subtext. You never, ever, ever, it never, ever says gay. And like I reread it as an adult and I'm like, oh my God.
Oh no. Wow, so much problem.
Did they use the Friends of Dorothy line or like light in the loafers or
No, he did wear pink shirts.
Oh, there we go.
And I think it was supposed to be a sympathetic portrayal. I don't know.
Oh no.
Well, how sympathetic could you get back in the 70s?
Exactly.
Yeah,
right?
This is true.
Yeah.
But anyhow, Nancy Drew, Hardy Boy, they would alternate weeks, and then towards the end of the season, I guess it wasn't doing well, so they merged the two, and the three of them would do things together.
Oh my God, I love that. I want to look it up. I'm interested. I wonder like if it's as crazy as this cookbook is. Like I wonder
It's got to be on YouTube.
Yeah, cool.
What was her name? Pamela Sue
Martin. Did I say Pamela Sue Anderson?
Pamela Sue Anderson. That's what you
Pamela
said.
Sue Anderson is Mary on Little House on the Prairie. Pamela Sue Martin.
She was in Dallas, right?
Oh my God.
Yes. Yes. Okay. She went on to do Dallas.
John and I are like, sure.
This is essentially Ralph's in my show.
Yeah, this is when you have two homosexuals who grew up on television. This is all we talk about.
I love it. I love it. It's so good.
I'm gonna eat another half of this because it's actually not bad.
I'm gonna eat another bite.
The pear part is fine.
Pear part's great.
See, every time I take a bite, I get that cottage cheese mayo combo, and it's not.
Well, so yours are fresh, like crisp ones, and mine's like a soft canned pear. So I think at home, if you try this, use the canned pears. I think it tastes better.
And it's easier to assemble.
Yeah.
I mean, the canned pears taste like they come out of a fruit cup.
Yeah, no, that seems more enjoyable. And Ralph's looks like ambrosia on top. That like
I'm a sucker for ambrosia. I know you don't like it, but
I like ambrosia.
Oh, you do like it. Oh, okay.
I don't like what we're making. I do like ambrosia.
Look at the interior. Yeah, this marshmallow.
That does not. That looks like an infection, Steve.
It does. It does.
Go
Look
to your
like
gynecologist immediately
don't put it too
because
close
there is
to
something happening with your pear.
Yeah, please.
And I don't want to say it, but I'm not a doctor. But I'm just saying.
Yeah,
your GYN may diagnose that differently.
Get some antibiotics in you.
Yeah.
And also, I bought a little cottage cheese like single thing, and it had strawberries on top, and I mixed those in, so it has a little bit of strawberry in it, which makes it taste really great. So.
Yeah,
I saw that and I thought about it and I thought it would be cheating.
No, you can
there is no cheating.
Yeah, you could do whatever. I mean, if you want to be a purist and follow the recipe, great. But I think we've done this enough that we know when to.
Yeah, one of us is going to be a purist, so don't try and be a hero. You know, I'm the reason for this book, so I'm usually the purist. or I have to do a variation that's like very, I don't have to. I just am like, I feel like the internet wants to know. So I've
I'm
done gross stuff.
I'm very lucky. My mother never ever subjected me to stuff like this. I was gonna say she was a fabulous baker and a fabulous cook. And most of our, I mean, a lot of our desserts were Czech stuff that, you know, she'd learned from her relatives. So I was eating, you know, these poppy seed cakes and these kolaczki and just all, I mean, she would make cake too, but like I had a lot of Czech baked goods.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask, if you ate a lot of Czech food growing up.
Yep, I did actually. The only thing, and she's gotten much better. The only thing that my mom didn't really do well in the 70s, and this is true across the country, is in the 70s, everyone boiled vegetables to an inch of their life.
I remember that.
Like, I love asparagus, it turns out, but like when it's been boiled, it's like
mushy.
it's like
Yeah.
Not
as gross as this, but
as gross as this. So aside from overboiled vegetables, everything else was really, really good. You know, I grew up out in the country, and we got our meat from a farm around the corner. We would order half a cow. It would go to a butcher. The cow would go to a butcher on its own volition.
Bye, everybody.
Yeah.
Sign this waiver.
And you know, and that's what the basement freezer was for. And you know, you wouldn't have to buy meat for a year. You just buy half a cow.
Wow.
And my dad had a huge garden out back, so we always had a lot of fresh vegetables.
Oh, that's the life.
Wow, you grew up pretty healthy. Did you have any kind of like snacks growing up?
I mean, yeah, I mean, we had Doritos and stuff. We weren't allowed to have sugared cereal. I think the big yeah, I think I know that. Yeah, I think the big difference for people my age, I turned 11 or 12 in 1978, which is when the whole Archer Daniels Midland thing with the corn and the high fructose corn syrup started taking over.
Oh, got it.
So up until I was 12, there wasn't a lot of HCFS in my diet because it wasn't a thing yet.
Fair.
And that probably has some effect on how I, you know, perceive sweet foods and why I don't mind savory foods. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I grew up 2 miles away from a Superfund site. So there was a lot of toxins around, and also in Michigan, there was fire retardant in the cattle feed in 1972 or 73, where all of these PBBs got into the meat system, which I think it's called Bitter Harvest. There's a made-for-TV movie with Ron Howard where he plays the farmer whose cows all got sick, and then all this meat made its way into the system. So there are a lot of like, between the toxic waste dump and that, a lot of people I grew up with have like autoimmune problems, reproductive problems. You know, my neighbor across the street who I grew up with, you know, passed away when we were 40 from lupus, and she's not the only person. Yeah, it was. So yeah, my family ate fresh, but I grew up near a toxic stew of stuff.
Jeez. Do you think that are you afraid that you have anything to worry about, like biologically, or do you think you dodged the bullet?
I mean, I guess anything could happen at any moment, but for the people I know where it manifested itself, and it manifested pretty early.
Okay.
And it's, I don't know, it's just a genetic random draw. I mean, there's the people, there's really a cluster directly around the dump. They had to block off a lot of roads when they shut down the dump and took all the sludge to Ohio. You know who the head of the EPA under Reagan was at the time?
No.
Neil Gorsuch's mother.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Played by Pamela Sue Martin in the made-for-TV movie.
Sorry to get so serious there for a
no
moment.
That's how do they figure out if something needs to be cleaned up? Do they look at like, oh my god, people are getting sick around here, we should look into it?
Well,
like,
yeah, I mean, there was a dump which was illegal, and there was also an incinerator, and people were having problems, and it leached into creeks that, you know, I mean, people were getting sick.
Right.
There is a National Geographic cover from the early 80s of someone in a radiation suit poking sludge and on the cover, and that's 2 miles from where I grew up. I think I have it on my phone.
Oh my
my
gosh.
You know,
Yeah.
it was a rural area, but it was close to Flint, Michigan, and you know, the
Yeah.
car companies and everything just dumped their crap all over, and that's oh, here we go.
Fortunate and scary.
It's really cool that stuff has changed and gotten better.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
Ah.
god.
Yeah. So that was just up the road from me.
That's
Well,
And I mean, also unfortunate because I grew up west of it, and the winds usually went to the east, so like I didn't get exposed, I don't think, to the incinerated stuff
as
as
much,
as
yeah.
people did.
God, I
Oh,
remember I
that's
have
so lucky.
family who used to live in Centralia, where
Oh,
the
wow.
if anybody doesn't know, in central Pennsylvania, there's a town called Centralia, and back in the 60s, I want to say, they had somebody was like burning trash or something next to an open part of the mine. They used to coal mine in there, and the coal caught on fire, and then it just spread under the town. So the ground is actually on fire in Centralia, and people had to move. I think like 1 or 2 people are left living there in the whole
Yeah.
It's
town.
still burning.
Still burning
Still burning,
today.
yeah.
I think that's partly based what Silent Hill is based on. Like a lot of the aesthetics of Silent Hill are kind of based on, tangentially based on that.
Because
So
they have like graffiti highways, right? That's
Yeah.
like the big
yep.
thing.
Graffiti
People go
highways
there
there.
all the time, but no one lives there. Like
I
it's
mean-
so wild.
The three of you all grew up in the Philly area, right?
Burbs, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of stuff hidden in the weeds out there.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I remember driving with my dad to the incinerator to drop off trash, and like
Oh,
being
wow.
fascinated by all the fire and smoke, and
Yeah.
So I'm sure. Yeah, and back in the like 70s and 80s, we didn't have as many regulations in place. So
Yeah.
I'm sure I
Yeah.
got exposed to a lot of stuff that I shouldn't have been.
Well, it's like Times Beach, Missouri, where on a hot summer day, all the dirt roads, the dust would, you know, dust up. And so they sprayed dioxin on the road to keep the dust down. That's another
Oh.
town that got ghost town. They had to move everyone out.
That's insane.
That happened in the 70s or 80s. And of course, Love Canal.
What is Love Canal?
Oh, wow. That's one of the first big toxic problems that I think it might be the first Superfund site. It's in upstate New York.
Okay.
I think they built a school on top of an old dump or next to one or something, and they had to clean it up.
That tracks. But Love Canal just seemed like something completely different. Shan, you didn't know it either, right?
No, it sounded really fun.
It sounded like romantic and nice. Like,
Yeah, like, oh, welcome to the Love Canal.
Yeah, like
On
that
the other
ride, the
side, you're
tunnel
going
of
to find your
love.
prince.
Yeah.
Nope. It's
No, you just find your third eye on the other side of this canal. You're welcome.
I mean, I used to ride in the back of the station wagon in the carbon monoxide seat, we used to call it, right? Because
Oh.
you would face backwards, and then all the
I
exhaust.
would do that too. Yeah.
Right. Would just
also, if you got caught short in traffic, you'd be totally smushed. But that's where me and my siblings sat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the fun one, because your mom and dad couldn't see you.
Yeah. I think at one point there was like just the like seatbelt across everyone, like in the old version. Like
I remember just the lap belts.
like, yeah.
The very first car I remember was my dad's 64 Corvair, and there weren't seatbelts in back. Just
Yeah.
Yeah. It's wild.
Yeah.
Hey, we survived a lot, guys.
It's-
Moral of this, we're still here. We're still
yeah.
Shen, what are you eating while we eat this
Oh, yeah.
delightful
Oh yeah, thank you so
meal?
much for asking. I am not eating this. This segment is called "Shannon is the worst cook of all time." Now I also looked at the ingredients, and I'm allergic to all of them, which is what I tell restaurants when I don't like something. But I did come up with a story. So I tried to make a fruit salad once, and I wanted to put pineapple in it. So the cheaper option was to buy an entire pineapple completely whole.
Yeah.
And so I got it home, and the only thing I can cut with a knife is tension. Hey guys, and so I had to, like, I had my aide had to help me do it, and so I don't have the proper utensils because I'm the worst cook of all time, and so we used a serrated dinner knife, and I looked up on YouTube how to do this. Long story short, we ended up at urgent care, and I'm not allowed near salad anymore.
Stop it.
Oh my
God.
gosh. Well, I'm glad everyone survived that as well. That's the
Yeah,
world.
there was a lot of cuts on her hand, and she just needed to get
Oh.
some stitches.
Yeah. Holy Toledo. A serrated knife with a pineapple sounds very dangerous.
It
No.
wasn't.
Pineapple skin is super tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know how do you need like a machete?
No, you just need a very sharp kitchen knife, but you need like a not non-serrated blade or whatever the
Yeah.
term for that is.
There's
It's a
also like a
regular-
pineapple coring like
There
Yes.
is,
utensil that you
yes.
can buy.
Right.
Mhm.
Like there's an actual I watched a lot of YouTube videos on it. There are actual like devices you can purchase on Amazon or anywhere that you buy kitchen utensils
Okay.
that you can actually core a pineapple with. But I was in college and I don't know how to cook. So all I had was I let's be real, at least I didn't give her a plastic knife, which is probably what I thought of to begin with.
Right.
Fair.
Because that's most of my utensils.
Spork.
I have a plastic knife right here, weirdly enough.
Pink for Barbie.
Pink for Barbie.
An easy way to eat pineapple, if you core it, all those little sections on the outside, you can just pick them off and eat them. It's like corn. So you don't have to go crazy.
It's kind of like a clove.
Yeah, you don't have to go crazy taking the skin off. You can just pop them off one at a time.
Oh.
That was not in the YouTube videos.
Right. Look it up.
I've never done that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Stop
interesting.
And
it.
also, oh, go ahead.
No, I'm just amazed by
And
this
also-
new revelation.
That's why pineapple burns so much. Like sometimes it hurts to eat pineapple is because of the acids or certain kind of acid that's in pineapple. It breaks down the mucus in your mouth. So while you're eating pineapple, the pineapple is also eating you.
But
Pineapple also counteracts a lot of medications. There's a whole slew of medications where if you take, you can't have pineapple.
what?
Really?
I never knew
yeah.
that.
You didn't know that?
No.
It's probably one of the major foods. There's a lot of different medicines where you cannot have pineapple with because it renders the medicine useless.
Name one.
Yeah,
I'm gonna pick it up
please.
right now because this
Okay.
is actual news you can use.
Yeah, right.
We'll put this
That's
in the
what we're all
show
about.
notes for sure. That is
Why does pineapple hate us so much? It just digests our mouths while we eat it. It counteracts our medication.
It's prickly on the edges. Like it is
We know.
trying to tell us not to eat it.
Right.
It's like, hey guys,
Hey, listen.
I'm not a fruit you should eat.
Yeah.
And instead, humans are like, no, we're gonna do it anyway. And we do because we're a bunch of jerks.
yeah, we love a
We
challenge
are.
and they usually kill us. So
So, according to this random website, which cites something at Penn State,
Seems
fresh
legit.
pineapple should not be combined with amoxicillin or tetracycline antibiotics. It increases the side effects of these medications. It increases the amount of medication absorbed by the body.
Wow.
Oh.
What?
They
And
should
then,
do they
when
print that?
combined with medications that slow or prevent blood clotting, such as anticoagulant or antiplatelet drugs, it can significantly increase your risk of bruising or bleeding.
What? Did they print that on like the
Pineapples? No.
no, on pineapples on dogs? No, like they should say that on the
That's a warning
medication,
label.
right? Like I would love to get a bottle of like pills and it's just like warning, do not eat
Do not
pineapple.
eat pineapple with us.
I think they do with some. I mean, it's
Never
just like,
seen it.
I guess you're supposed to know not to give your dog grapes or chocolate, but
Yeah.
Dogs
I feel
gonna
like I've gotten amoxicillin like recent enough to know that it was not on there. but I don't
I've
eat
taken a
pineapple.
lot of amoxicillin in my lifetime, and that is not on there.
I don't eat enough pineapple to be that concerned
Yeah.
for my
Well, it's
past.
also pineapple juice.
I also don't. I'm not a big.
I should
juice
actually
drinker.
tell Dan that because he likes his pineapple juice.
Oh yeah.
But he's not taking medication right
If
now.
he's on the amox, tell him.
I don't think he's on anything right now. It's high on life.
High on life.
High on
Beautiful.
life. I think
Dan
it's
eat
fun.
any of this?
Huh?
Do you make Dan eat any of this?
No, he
No, he
refuses.
would never.
He's smart. He refuses. Yeah. No, he's not gonna.
Him and Shannon are the only two smart ones here.
Yeah, no, we're not doing it. He's smart. I think it's time for some questions, yeah?
Oh
So
yeah.
let's do
it.
the rapid fire question portion of Cookbook Obscura. Steve, I have the first question. If you could cook with a famous person, dead or alive, who would it be?
I actually thought about this a lot, and I kept coming back to an answer that might be obvious, but her depth and breadth of so many cuisines is so expansive. I would honestly say Padma Lakshmi.
Oh. Okay.
She knows food. She knows food very well. Her writing is fantastic. She's starting a new show up. I think a lot of people are experts in a lot of kinds of food, but I feel like she's got a very broad base, kind of like, perhaps like Anthony Bourdain, although I'd still rather eat with her than Anthony Bourdain. Nothing against Anthony Bourdain. I think I just have a better meal with Lakshmi.
I thought you were going to say Julia Child with that introduction.
Really?
Yeah.
My knowledge of her is colored by the pop culture, and
Sure.
I'm not a super huge fan of French cuisine.
Oh.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Fine, but it's not like a favorite.
Right.
Fair.
All right. Well, Padma, if you're listening,
yeah, Padma,
we'll connect you with Steve. We'll make this happen.
Got a dinner on the books.
Oh, did you?
Okay. Steve, what is your favorite kitchen utensil? Is it a pineapple core?
It is.
Ooh, we have visuals.
Yes.
Ooh, I love visuals.
Show and tell.
Shoot, I was gonna put it. Where is my egg whisk?
Egg whisk.
I love
Boiler.
like literally, this is the batter thing.
Oh,
Where the hell did my egg whisk? Oh, here it is. Sure, right in plain sight.
beautiful.
There's something about whipping up eggs in a bowl with this thing. It's just, it's a really, you see it change the egg immediately. You can, just make it for scrambled. You can do it into a meringue. I do know. And it's just twisted coiled metal. I think it's a fantastic implement.
Hard to clean.
Very hard to clean.
I just throw it in the dishwasher.
Oh, smart. That's
cheating.
the best way. Yeah.
That's cheating. So no food, not food processor. No like stand mixer that
I don't have a stand mixer. At the beginning of the pandemic, my mom sent me a hand mixer because I was started making like cookies and stuff, and I actually do use it. But I don't have a stand mixer because it's usually with a stand mixer you're making large quantities, and
fair.
As it is, I end up giving half of what I make to my neighbors or taking into work or whatever.
Oh, you're the good neighbor
That's
that people
really
like
great.
to live around.
Yeah.
Because he gives free cookies.
That's so perfect.
I still remember the whisks that had the crank on the side.
Me too. Yeah.
Yes, my mom had one of those.
I love those. I'm dating myself, but I don't care.
I think I used to just sit and spin with it,
That was CrossFit. That was CrossFit in the 60s. I do my arm work.
This and go all day.
Oh
yeah. You should start a gym, Steve, where it's just all like antiquated kitchen gadgets. Yeah. Just
these little corn on the cob things for like tensile strength. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, question 3. If someone cut you, what sauce would you bleed?
I went a little broader with this.
Right.
It would be more of a mustard or a vinegar.
Ooh, okay.
Because I put mustard on everything.
I love mustard too.
Growing up, sometimes we put mustard on pizza. Excuse me, I'd say the pizza where I grew up, the sauce was much more vinegary anyway, and there was more of it.
Okay.
But like we would always put vinegar on our pizza and sometimes mustard. I would put mustard on corn. I eat French fries with mustard. I just really like.
Oh.
But then I also like, like soy sauces and tamari and like all of the vinegary things. But mustard definitely, and regular French's yellow mustard. I don't really like the fancy whiny ones. Just give me
just yellow
regular.
Straight.
Yep.
Straight
Vinegar, water,
French's.
mustard seed, salt, turmeric, paprika.
Oh, nice.
Great.
Yeah.
We
simple.
we make our own when we have chicken nuggets or chicken tenders. We'll make honey mustard. So we'll mix the we'll do it ourselves. We won't buy it. So it's nice to you can control, because I like it to be a little bit more savory and not as sweet. It's nice to have the little touch of sweet in it.
Oh, nice.
But I agree. I like mustard. I don't put it on as much stuff as you do, but I am a fan of mustard.
Speaking of those, like now they have those like mustard mayonnaise combinations and ketchup mayonnaise combinations. And
no.
No.
No, thank you.
Hard pass.
No.
No.
I don't hate
Stop
those
it.
things separately.
Mayo chop.
That's gross.
Yeah. No. No.
Come on now.
Next question. What's your favorite family recipe or dish your family always made?
There are a lot. Oh, I should have had this. My mom makes, again, my folks are American, but they're Czech, and my mom was raised speaking Czech, and she makes the old-fashioned, stuff. So I have on my phone here a picture of my mom's roast pork with dumplings, and it's just fantastic.
That sounds good.
And then, when I was much younger, my dad has 5 brothers and sisters, and we all grew up near each other. And so I saw my cousins all the time. And like every potential holiday from like Labor Day to Flag Day, we would get together and, grandma made food. So I had a lot of this growing up. Aha, here we go. So this is my mom's dumplings with gravy, roast pork.
Ooh, that looks good.
What was
so
it?
good.
Was there anything in the dumplings, or were they just
They're just
straight up dumplings?
Or dumplings, or I think there's egg in it. There's some dumplings are made with egg. I don't know if that's
right.
Okay.
But it's not like a ravioli that has something in it.
No.
It's just like a regular dumpling, straight up.
So whenever I go back to the Czech Republic, I always make sure to get at least one of those.
How often have you been back?
Yeah.
I've been there 14 or 15 times.
Wow.
Whoa.
Frequent
wow.
flyer.
Well, on the downside, I've never been anywhere else.
Hey, some people have never been out of the country.
True.
This guy. So you're
What?
15 up on me.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Never even to Canada?
You haven't even made it to Canada?
What?
Nope.
How did we not
Okay.
know this about you?
Nope.
But it's okay. We're taking
Actually, if you go,
kidnapping you and taking you to Canada.
I would like to go to.
Sean and I are going to kidnap you, and we're going to drive you across the border and then straight.
Please. Just don't tell the border guards that you're kidnapping me.
We won't.
Well, you have to disclose that stuff. They ask those questions.
Do you?
Yeah, are you kidnapping a full-grown man? That's the first one they ask.
They usually is, but it's 2 women, so they'll be like, yeah,
That'll be
probably
fun.
deserved it.
We'll get
Right.
away. We'll get away with it. It's like,
Tell me,
Uh,
but it's Ralph.
oh yeah,
It's me. Oh, he can't leave the country.
Oh man. All right. What is your favorite food holiday that is not Thanksgiving?
Funny, it wouldn't have been Thanksgiving anyway, because I'm really not a fan of turkey.
Okay.
I would have to say probably, it would come down to Easter back in a certain time segment, because it was usually ham with all of this stuff, but also, like like I said, 7 or 8 or 9 holidays a year, my family would get together and like eat. So, and it was all usually variations on some of them. I think Easter probably had, plus, oh yeah, Easter had also the jelly beans and the chocolate eggs and everything else.
Yeah,
Right.
double whammy.
But yeah, Thanksgiving is actually one of my least favorite food holidays.
Even if
I
you,
agree.
really,
Yeah.
even if you put mustard on everything.
Oh, I sauce it up. I put, yep.
Mustard on your stuffing, mustard on your kidding.
I would do that.
Yeah, that might be good actually, because it is just like bread.
It's just bread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a pretzel with mustard is delightful. So
It is.
it's not too far. It's not
I'm
too
opening
far.
up avenues here.
Yeah.
Right?
Try
Typical
that
ideas.
in the next few days. Or
Steve, we're careening towards the end of the
Yeah.
episode.
This is fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun.
Thank you for joining us.
Final plugs. This is your opportunity to tell people if they want to follow you and become friends, drive to Boston and
Well,
visit
the first, excuse me, the first plug is our show in Baltimore.
Yay!
Ding ding ding. Yeah.
Well, it's a Friday in August.
It's the fourth.
Thank you.
Yeah.
At Baltimore Improv Group.
Yep.
So if you're listening to this in the Baltimore area, check us out.
Mhm.
Where's Axis of Evil performing?
Right here on this podcast.
And on this podcast.
Also,
what I
we changed our name.
We
Changed
did.
name?
Well, yeah.
We did because we thought
We
that was
panicked.
offensive.
Oh, right. What
I don't remember what the new one is.
Threeville's Company.
There it is.
Oh, Threeville's Company. Yeah.
Because in my,
reaching. We should just change it back, guys. I think that I don't know who started that. It was probably me because I'm away.
in my calendar, for this tonight, I put Pod Axis of Evil.
Nice.
Oh, all right.
Perfect.
Cool. Yeah, we'll change it back for that. Honestly.
What else? Anything else you want to
Yeah, because I guess if people are in the Boston area, they can see me perform sporadically at Union Comedy in the Pickle, which I'm on the schedule about once every 6 weeks, which is perfect. And I'm teaching classes at Improv Boston. So if you go to that website and want to take an improv class in Boston, I'm usually teaching level 301 or 401.
That's awesome.
And just to buttress everything and plug Steve a little bit, he's been doing this forever and he's brilliant. He's a brilliant teacher, brilliant director, brilliant performer. Excuse me, the peaches are coming back up. The pears are coming back up.
Oh no.
Brilliant everything. So please, if you have a chance, learn from him. I'm very lucky to be in a duo with him and get to perform with him. So if you're in the Boston area, you do improv, you want to learn from the best, go to Steve Kleinedler.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
I love performing and playing and talking with all of you. You are all fantastic. I really do.
I miss you. We miss you.
We miss you.
I miss Philadelphia a lot. I won't lie. I really do.
Come visit.
I will. I was there 6 times last year and I haven't made it this year yet.
Not enough.
No, we won't make you any food.
We won't make you pears. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening to another great episode of Cookbook Obscura. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shannon Aubrey.
Thank you, Ralph.
And please remember to eat responsibly, and we'll see you next time.